What are you going to be able to tell us about Cult? I mean, it looks like there's going to be some serious twists and turns right away.
Yes. Well, I think it's a very complicated show. It's a mystery show. I mean, you all know what it's about, right?
Right.
It's a show within a show. I think the interesting thing about it is how complex it is. I think there's many layers to it. There's lots to explore with me and Jeff. There's lots to explore with the show within the show, and also who those people are, those actors are outside of the show. That's going to be really interesting. Yeah, there's lots going to be coming up. I don't even know what to expect. So.
The show within the show is kind of neat. I like the kind of tongue-in-cheek references to the fans, and I think that kind of stuff looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Seems like it's also a little bit complicated of keeping track of which is.
Yeah, but I think that's good. I think shows like, Lost or Supernatural that have that kind of fan base. There's never been a show about the people that love that kind of stuff. So I think it's really unique. I think there's nothing else like it on the air, and that makes me,
There seems to definitely be sort of commentary on people becoming too obsessed with shows. Can you speak about that a bit?
Yeah, I think that's interesting, and I think it's definitely become amplified now that social media is so prevalent with Twitter and Facebook. It's so easy to connect with other fans of shows and start a dialogue going, and so I think that's where the obsession has really started. Yeah.
What drew you to this amazing kind of show? It's a little supernatural, a little mystery, kind of poking fun at reality TV as well.
Yeah, I was doing pilot season like every other actor, and I was looking to do something a little bit different. I've never done something so genre before, and I read it, and it was one of the only scripts that I read that I was dying to read the next episode and see what happened. And so when I went in and met, I just said how much I loved it, and I read for them, and they were lucky enough to cast me. And yeah.
So how far have you filmed so far?
We have done the pilot, and a while ago we shot it in March, and so we've had a nice long break to kind of just think about it and talk about it a little bit. And I know Rockney has it all mapped out because the show has been around actually for 6 years. They were trying to get it off the ground, so I think Rockney has a really clear idea of what he wants to do.
Are they exactly telling you where the show's going, or are they going to hold it back from you?
I don't think so, and I think that's probably good. I think the less you know, the better, because Skye and Jeff are supposed to be in the dark as well. So I don't really feel like I need to know more than what's in front of me on the page. Yeah.
If you had your own cult, what would be your top 2 rules?
What would be my top 2 rules? Oh, I don't know. That's such an interesting question. I don't know.
You can think about it.
Okay.
Have you found it a challenge working on a show within a show and maybe getting confused as to which crew is which crew? Was that rough on the pilot?
No, I think it's much easier to shoot than it is probably to explain. It's difficult, but I think it's quite clear and laid out. And I obviously don't pay as much attention to the show within a show aspect as what's going on with me. No, it's confusing, yeah.
When do you guys start shooting again?
We start August 8th, so really soon, a few weeks time.
Is it Toronto, Vancouver?
Vancouver, which is my hometown.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be back there and shooting there. I haven't shot there in years, so.
Do you know how many total episodes?
13. Okay. Yeah, and that was done on purpose. I mean, one of the reasons that we're in mid-season is because we wanted to be able to sustain that mystery, like Lost did and like 24 did. I think it's really hard to sustain that level of suspense for 22 episodes. So 13 is perfect, and hopefully we can continue to just do 13 every year.
Like an HBO show.
Yeah, exactly.
What is Skye's impression of Jeff?
I think she feels a kinship with him because they have something in common. She understands what it feels like to have somebody in their life go missing. I think she appreciates his drive, but I think she's really wary of him at the same time. I think there's that element of everyone's sort of on edge around. You don't know who to trust or who's involved, or so there's that cool dynamic of she wants to trust him, but she's not sure if she can yet.
Do you think there's going to be any love interests come into play?
I'm sure that's the plan. I mean, I don't really know what the plan is with that. I mean, I don't know if it's ever gonna happen that we come together like that. But I think the idea is to play out that sort of sexual tension. Maybe. Yeah.
The drama seems like it's going to ratchet up really right away.
Yeah.
Does that feel like really intense thing to kind of film for you when you're at that kind of peak of drama, or your character
Yeah.
at that peak of drama?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before in Cloverfield. Like, that was, the entire movie was just a 10. You're just a 10. The entire movie. So I know what that feels like. But the last show I did was a comedy, and it was kind of nice to go to work every day and have everything be really light and playful and stuff. So going back to something quite serious. But Matt is really goofy, so in between we just laugh and have a good time.
Is it nice to play a character who's not named Riley?
Yes, you noticed that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird. Back-to-back shows? Does that
Yeah.
ever happen? I don't think so. Yeah, I like Skye. Skye's a much cooler name, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So have you guys all like started making jokes about that one line about these things just snap right off when you're hearing it?
Yeah, I'm actually really curious as to how that plays in. I think apparently it's from the Far Side. That it comes from that comic, apparently.
Really?
So now I don't know how that plays into the show overall as a bigger picture.
I just have a feeling that'll be the drinking game of the season.
Every time. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Because what is like 4 times in the pilot or something?
It's
At
fun.
least.
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
We just told us to wrap up.
Keep going.
Well, let's keep going.
Wrap up already. Holy.
So what do you most admire about Skye? I mean, she's got kind of an ambiguous character. She's very driven so far, but what do you admire? And this is the last question. We're gonna have to.
I think that's it. Is her inquisitive nature and her refusal to just take things at face value.